Implementation overview. How we set up the evaluation. The first thing we ask you to do is to identify a group of target learners. You'll then use the What Work Teaches platform to randomly allocate these to the intervention and control group. Both groups will complete the pre-assessment spelling task. The intervention group will receive the spelling strategy over the next 6 weeks, and the control group will continue as business as normal. And then both groups will complete the post-assessment spelling test, which is the same as the pre. If the intervention proves to be successful, then you can open this up to the control students. Planning. Step 1. Identify a group of target learners to participate in the evaluation. Step 2. Identify 50 challenging words from the National Curriculum Guidance. These will be introduced by a minimum of 10 new spellings over 5 weeks. Then select 20 of these words to use as a pre- and post-assessment task. Please note that the number of words depends on your school's expectations for the number of words taught per week. The minimum number is 10, and this will create a list of 50 words for 5 weeks. If you have more, then it will include a larger list of words, with the final week being a consolidation. Whilst we advise that you use the DFE spellings, you can use different spellings if these are from your school's existing schemes of work that align with that, and you follow the same process. So a minimum of 50 words are selected, with 20 of these being used for the pre- and post-assessment, which are the same. Step 3. Using the trial wizard on the What Work Teaches platform, randomly assign learners to the intervention and control group. Implementation. Step 4. Complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both the intervention and control group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker and then input these into the pre-test on the trial wizard. Step 5. For the intervention group, deliver the target intervention. This variation of the Look, Say, Cover, Write, Check incrementally introduces the words in short sessions throughout the week. So if you have 10, then you will split these down to so many per day that you will introduce these to. And then the control group will continue as business as usual for the duration of the trial. In step 6, complete the post-assessment spelling test at the end of the 6 weeks, and this will be the same as the pre, to both the intervention and control groups. Record the marks in the Excel tracker and then input these into the post-test on the trial wizard. If you then complete the process evaluation, which is a quick survey, and then click Analyze, it will generate an impact report so you can find out how the intervention has worked. So the intervention focuses on Year 2 pupils. It's delivered by a teaching assistant in small groups and can be set as homework. And this variation of the Look, Say, Cover, Write, Check spelling strategy incrementally introduces the words in short sessions throughout the week. Sessions can take 5 to 10 minutes maximum. The Look, Say, Cover, Write, Check is a method of spelling strategy where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, pay attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper or their hand, write the spelling next to the original word, check their version to see if they got it right, and write the correct spelling again if necessary. So this version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word aloud to help connect the written and spoken word. So head to select the spellings. The DFE Primary National Curriculum includes guidance on pages 55 to 58 of the expected spellings for Year 2. You can use this to create a list of 50 words that you'll select for the intervention. If you already have your spellings decided in your scheme and these align with the DFE, this is fine. Each week, the learners will practice a minimum of 10 words using the Look, Say, Cover, Write, Check with a teaching assistant. Resources. In the resource folder, you will see the Look, Say, Cover, Write, Check template. You will also find a one-page guidance for the creation of the spelling test, and you'll also find an FAQ, which is frequently asked questions. In the resource folder, there's a tracking spreadsheet, and this allows you to link an anonymized learner to a learner in your class. And then moving on to the key considerations, logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted spelling strategy, such as an intervention. The time is a suitable time of the day for this to be delivered. It's a suitable location, or a classroom or library. Will you have reminders on the day to remind the learners? If you're using the templates, can these be printed in advance? And will you link to rewards? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's just important to consider these prior to starting. And finally, the assessment. The outcome measure is attainment as defined by the pre and post assessment spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20 and is the same for both the pre and the post. As both the control and intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with this will not affect the effect size. And finally, assessment guidance. Complete the assessment under test conditions, allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes, provide an example of the word in a sentence for each spelling, and then can you record pre and post assessment scores on your tracking spreadsheet and then upload these to the What Work Teachers platform. So that's the end of your guidance. If you now download the research protocol and the resource folder, then start your trial wizard.